Hello, everyone. It's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success seminars, where we share knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. And Ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future. Happy New Year, y'all. And speaking of New Year, have you ever stopped to think about why it is that we set our goals and create our visions for the next 365 days at the beginning of the year? I mean, I guess the answer is kind of self-evident. It's a time of new beginnings. We say goodbye to the old and we plant the seeds for the new. I mean, you don't really have to set your intentions at the beginning of January. You can set them anytime you want, all year long, and they'll still manifest if you don't contradict your desires with words or thoughts of doubt and fear. But there's an energy right now, an elevated energy for manifestation. It's like if you plant a seed too late or too early during the planting season, it will still grow. But if you plant it at just the perfect time, according to the Farmer's Almanac, it will grow more fully and more gloriously. So these first few days of the year, well, today is what? What is today? The 29th? Or is it the 20? Whatever it is, it's Saturday. And but this time of year, it is just the perfect time to plant your seeds for what you like to grow in the coming year. But first, we have to prepare the soil. And how do we do that? Well, for starters, by not complaining about what a horrible year last year was. I mean, I'm the first to admit that it was a challenging year for many, but if I get one more email that starts out by saying what an awful year 2023 was, or saying something like, I know you're reeling from 2023, I'm just going to scream. And you do not want to hear me scream. And the truth is that it was a glorious year in many ways. I mean, we put the pandemic behind us. Yeah, sure, a few people are still getting COVID, but it's like a much milder strain and people just pop back, better than ever. The economy is growing here in the US. The consumer price index is down. Eggs are back to $2 a dozen, unless you get organic, then they're 6. But hey, let's not nitpick. I mean, experts overwhelmingly had predicted that there was going to be a recession in 2023, and instead, growth picked up. Inflation decreased dramatically in the United States. In fact, we added more than 2.5 million new jobs. And here's a good one. Did you know that the hole in the ozone is getting measurably smaller each year? And here's another one. Since factory farming accounts for about 20% of global greenhouse gas emissions, many countries around the world, including South Korea and Germany and Denmark, they're investing hundreds of millions in developing plant-based meat alternatives. And I know that there are ongoing wars and natural disasters, earthquakes and volcanoes and tornadoes, and now we're having monster waves. I mean, monster waves, and they're pretty scary, as well as continuing misery for refugees and political turmoil and division like we probably have never witnessed in our lifetimes. Yeah, but there's a lot to be grateful for. We're stronger, we're more resilient, we're more compassionate, we're wiser, and hopefully we all have more trust in the perfection of the universe, even when there doesn't seem to be much perfect about it. We went deep in the last year and we found strength that we didn't know we had. I love the quote from Bob Marley, who said, you never know how strong you are until strong is the only choice. And we very well might be called on to go even deeper, since no one really knows what's in store for 2024. None of us has a real crystal ball. Yeah, I know we all have our favorite astrologer or psychic, but we don't really know. But what we do know is this. What we know is that what we think about comes about. That's the law of attraction. It's not the theory of attraction, it's the law. So if we start out the year by continually being reminded and rehashing all of what was wrong in 2023, that's the foundation we're laying for the coming year. I don't even like to do that thing where you write down everything you want to get rid of from the past year, because you're putting your attention on it while you're doing it. what we want to do is we want to plant the seeds for the coming year in rich soil. If we put our attention solely on the pain and the suffering, we get more pain and suffering. If we put our attention on the good, then that is the soil in which we're planting our intentions for 2024. And by the way, the law of attraction says that we will have a much better chance of having good in the coming year by putting our attention on the good. So let's do an exercise now. And together, let's put our attention on what's rich and wonderful in the world. So take out a piece of paper and start writing all of the gifts and the blessings from 2023, that powerful year full of growth, where we were asked to call forth our best selves, and start by writing at the top, thank you, God, or thank you, universe, or thank you, source spirit, whatever you call that force in the universe that, you know, allows the planets not to spin out of their orbit. Okay. And then list everything you're grateful for 2023. Thank you for the time that I got to spend with my kids over the holidays. Thank you for my father in law's peaceful passing. Thank you for my partner's COVID being so mild that, um, that it was hardly a blip on the screen. Thank you for my personal growth. Thank you for the many moments of joy. Thank you for the realization that I had to leave the relationship. Thank you for the courage to do it. Thank you for the courage I had to speak up at work, and tell my boss that this is just not working for me. Thank you that I finished writing my book that I've been talking about for 20 years. And your thank yous don't just have to be about yourself. It could be, thank you for the nurse who took care of my uncle. Thank you for the politicians who are trying to create a world that is just and fair and a system where every human is respected. Thank you for the group that I attend every night to pray and chant and visualize for world peace. And you might want to give thanks for the things that might not have appeared to look like gifts on the surface, like, thank you for my losing my job. Thank you for my son's divorce. Because if you give thanks, the blessing in it will reveal itself much more quickly. And as we know, in the words of Byron Katie, life is simple. Everything happens for you, not to you. And everything happens at exactly the right moment, neither too soon nor too late. So take a few minutes now to make your list. You can pause the video while you're writing and then come back. Welcome back. Didn't that feel good? Higher vibration? Didn't you feel like you raised your vibration? Huh? Wasn't 2023 a magical year in so many ways? And by the way, again, I'm not saying that we should deny the incidents that need remedying from 2023 or saying now we shouldn't continue to fight for justice and democracy and world peace because that's putting our attention on negativity. We should take action. But what we don't want to do is rehash the horribleness just for the sake of rehashing it, sitting around with our friends. Instead, use the power of your attention to discuss solutions and look for the good and find a way to come from a place of love. One of the great living teachers, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, once said, nothing you do from a platform of anger will ever bring good results. I love that quote. You'll be much more effective in offering your solutions when you speak up and offer a solution from a place of love. Or as Martin Luther King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And if you come from a place of love, you'll also be contributing to a future world that will be more filled with love. Everything is energy. You know the quote from Einstein, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you can't help but getting that reality. It could be no other way. And the science behind this was shared in the movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? So it's not just, somebody's theory. There's actually science behind it that our thoughts can actually affect matter. The scientists in What the Bleep, they share that if we see the world as a fearful, horrible place, it becomes more fearful. And it becomes more of a fearful place by the power of our attention. If we look for the love and see the world as a loving place, we infuse love into the fabric of our planet. If we look for the grace in even the darkest places, we'll find it. And our finding it will again create more grace. The great teacher Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said, that which we put our attention on grows in our lives. And the more grace and love and compassion grow in our lives, the more we become lighthouses of grace and love for the world. But back to our goals for 2024. So now I'm going to sign off and suggest that you take some time to write your goals. We've together created now the fertile soil to which to plant them. We recounted all of the glorious things that we experienced in 2023, and I'm sure you all have long lists. And remember to set your goals or intentions. And by the way, I'm not much for nitpicking about if they're called goals or intentions or whatever. I just say, put your order into life for 2024 when the cosmic order takers, all the angels and the spirit guides and helpers are at your service right now at the beginning of the year. And don't forget to think big, because remember, you wouldn't be given a desire if you didn't have the ability to fulfill it. The creator, infinite intelligence, is not a trickster and would not give you a desire and then say, but ha ha ha, I'm not giving you the ability to fulfill it. But remember, I'm saying the creator gives you the ability to fulfill it, but you have to get to work. And remember to set goals beyond the, cool new relationship, the perfect apartment, top podcast, 10 new high-end clients, best-selling book. Remember to set your goals for more joy, more freedom, deeper connections, living in alignment with my highest truth, more openness to the unknown, more certainty that we live in a benevolent universe and that all will be well, and that this too shall pass, whatever it is that isn't so great in the world right now. And again, before I go, I also want to say that I wish you a very blessed and glorious 2024. And remember, no matter what's going on around you, the one thing you always have control over is your own inner dialogue, your own reactions, your own thinking. And it is your most powerful tool to create a great life. As a renowned physicist, psychotherapist, and Holocaust survivor, Viktor Frankl said in his book, A Man's Search for Meaning, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. So in the days and the months to come, remember, at every given moment, you always have the freedom to choose your own way. Listen to your guidance as the days unfold. Don't force the answers. See what the divine has in store for you and go with the flow. Also, set your goal for magical surprises and synchronicities that just delight you as you move into 2024. Actually, that's a goal that I'm going to set for this year. I'm going to set my goal for lots of synchronicities and magical surprises. I'm also going to do what my friend Rosie recommends in this beautiful poem she wrote that I think I shared with you last year at this time. But I'm going to end by reading Rosie's words. And here we go. Be powerful, be huge, be grand. Be awesome and amazing and extraordinary. Be mighty. Be gloriously proud. Go for broke. Smash the ceiling. Stand tall. Stand taller. Speak up. Speak out. Be loud. Be louder. Be seen. Be heard. Be gorgeous. Be messy. Be complicated. Be vibrant. Be different. Be unique. Be bold and audacious and wear your scars like freaking stardust. Make mistakes, fall down, get up, fall down, get up, fall up, stand up and flutter your gorgeous wings. Take risks, take chances, make choices, good choices, bad choices, a million plus choices. Declutter, recycle, Floss. Love yourself. Love yourself mightily. Love yourself with every fiber and in your being. Live your truth. Wear your truth. Speak your truth. Walk away from bad. Walk away from toxic. Walk away from anyone who doesn't get you or love you or want you or think you're the whole freaking enchilada. Walk away from folks who wish you well, but not too well. Walk away from anyone who demeans you, belittles you, hurts you, harms you, begrudges your joy, begrudges your happiness or success. Walk away from nasty and cruel and unkind. Live your life on your terms. Cower to no one. Do not crawl or beg for less than. Do not settle for mediocrity. Do not hope for the best. Demand the best. Do not believe for 1 second that you are not worthy, deserving, lovable, necessary, important, vital, blindingly beautiful, and fierce, really fierce. Do not go back to the end of the line. Start a new line. Period. Beginning of story. And may 2024 be the beginning of your story, an entire empty canvas to paint the next year of your life. Make it a glorious one. So much love to you.